because of the fact that, when you're not getting the health care that you need, you're unable to get treatment. And then, of course, if you're not getting treatment, then you may end up dead. And the same thing for some of them, as far as we're talking about some of the nursing homes that may close. We're talking about some of the different centers that may close because they won't receive that Medicaid funding that they once received. And you can't pay people, guess what? The people are not going to work for free. So that is a possibility as well. So thank you guys for joining us. Much love to you guys for being a part of the J&B family. I am your girl. I am your favorite Auntie Dr. B. And welcome to another episode of J&B Live, where we keep it real, we keep it raw. We're going to break it down because remember, when you know better, you do better. So we're going to bring you some information about the health insurance crisis that will be a part of the big beautiful bill, where insurance premiums will go up. Some people will lose insurance altogether. And then I mentioned earlier, nursing homes, centers being closed, as well as hospitals in rural areas.
That's right,
because
guys.
They are cutting Medicaid. Okay. All right, guys. We want to make sure that everyone is informed. That is our goal. Okay. Because we want to empower people so that when you know what's going on, what may affect you, you're able to prepare. And that's what it's all about. You don't know if you don't know. So we're enabling you, we're empowering you so that you can move forward regardless of what happens with your health insurance. Okay? All right.
Exactly, guys. So listen again, as Doc B said, we're talking about those higher premiums that's going to be coming up. Come on, a little close, please. Cutbacks in the healthcare program, and that includes some of the rural hospitals. They're going to be shutting their doors, like the club at 3 a.m. Plus, the House Speaker Mike Johnson just shut the session down and sent everybody home. No vote, no debate. And the word is Republicans got the order straight from Trump. Don't even talk to the Democrats about it. So we're going to get into it. Y'all ready?
Okay. All right, guys. So grab your popcorn. This one is going to get messy. And it's not intended to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want anybody getting all sad once we finish this discussion. Remember, we're trying to empower you. Okay. So this big old beautiful bill ain't really beautiful, Broker J3. So before we dive deep into that, shout out to our day ones in the comment section. Thank you guys for being a part of the J&B family. Much love to you. We thank you. Keep tapping that screen and keep sharing. And don't forget to leave us a comment, okay?
Yeah, appreciate you guys joining us. And again, early on, we want to shout out to Miss Coco Brown. What is that? Radical Faith.
Yeah.
Who's also joining us?
We got, it's kind of hard to see this on screen. Teddy Bell, thank you for joining us. Calvin Harville, thank you for joining us as well. We appreciate your support.
Sorry, guys.
Yes, we want to make sure that we give a shout out to those of you who are joining us because we want to say thank you and we appreciate your support.
That's right, guys.
Yes.
We always appreciate when you guys join us. You always make the episode more special.
Yes,
and again,
thank
we
you.
want you guys to do like you did last time. As always, keep those comments coming.
Thank you.
Keep tapping that screen as you always do. And we always appreciate those gifts. So you guys that see our gift goal, please make sure you help us to reach that gift goal because it goes a long way to help support the cause. Okay, Doc B, let's get into it.
Okay. All right now. Okay, guys. So we're talking about the Medicaid cuts. Millions could get dropped like a bad mixtape. According to the Kaiser Family Foundation, up to 11 million people could lose coverage in the next decade, guys.
Yeah, now hold up, what, 11 million? That's wiping out a lot of health care. For a whole state of Ohio. You know what I'm saying? That's how many people. You're talking about 11 million. That's a lot of people that can lose their health care. Or have their subsidies reduced to the point where they're paying the full premium for their coverage. So just like that, guys.
Yeah. And according to the Congressional Budget Office, they said that the number could be just as bad depending on how the states roll it out. So, it depends, just like we talked about previous, the SNAP benefits versus, just welfare in general. Some people may be affected earlier because it's dependent on your state. Okay. So whenever your state decides to roll it out, this is not drama, guys. This is actually data. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so let me get this straight. Trump calls it the big, beautiful bill, but this beauty is in the bill that he's sending to us Americans. That is what he's sending to us. It's not the health care that we're actually keeping. There's nothing beautiful in that.
Exactly. So the only thing that's going to happen is the premium's going to go up and the hospital is going to get shut down.
Okay, guys. So shout out to everybody that's in the rural towns watching. We see you. We're talking about you right now, guys. So join us. Okay. Now, you know what hurts the most? The rural hospitals. Because if you're in a small area, you may not have that funding that some of the other larger hospitals have. So already on life support, and now this bill cuts Medicaid funding so deep that some might close just for good. And it's happening already. I've heard that several hospitals in rural areas closing down.
Yeah, some of them in actually big cities are closing down. So,
okay,
if some of the bigger cities are taking a hit, you can imagine some of the rural cities are going to definitely take it because a lot of their income for those hospitals come from the ones that's getting that subsidy health care. So it's gonna really hurt a lot of people.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, guys, here's a gag. They're cutting billions from programs that keep hospitals open. Okay, according to the American Hospital Association, the closures could hit like dominoes. Once one goes, the whole community is going to suffer.
Yeah, and just picture this. You guys living 2 hours away from the nearest city. Your local hospital gets shut down. You get sick. Who gonna save you? That's not politics. That's life or death.
And so that's who gets hurt the most, the rural hospitals in this particular case, guys.
And this bill isn't about healthcare. It's about health scare. They are scaring the life out of folks around here. I can't imagine, for some of the folks that really need and require those subsidies and Medicaid or the Obamacare, and once it's taken away, it's again, it's going to be a life death situation. It's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, it's not, guys. So shout out to those who are following or watching in DC. Dillahay, Maddie's son, thank you for joining us. Debbie Shows, we appreciate your support and thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. But guys, I want you to listen close, okay? This is politics versus power play.
Exactly. Now let's talk about the mess that's actually in Congress. Again, Speaker Mike Johnson, he slammed the gavel, slammed it down. He closed the session. He sent folks home. Boom. Now that's done.
Okay, and then the Democrats are saying, guys, they actually had a counter proposal that was ready. Protection, safety nets, idea to stop the bleeding. But guess what? Republicans said no. They didn't even want to discuss it with Democrats. They said not today, not ever. And they received their orders, guys.
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is, and the rumor has it that Trump himself told them, don't even talk to the Democrats. So this isn't democracy, guys. It's a dictatorship vibes. It's a difference. It's a difference when you may not agree with the president, whether he's Democrat or Republican. But when you have a president that doesn't even want to recognize the other party because they didn't vote for him or they're not in his party, it doesn't make sense. It should never be about Democrat or Republic. It should be about the American people.
I agree with you 100% because that's what it's all about. But they're not considering how their constituents are going to be affected. They're not thinking about how Americans going to be affected. They probably can afford their insurance, but some people that are living paycheck to paycheck, they can't afford for their insurance premiums to go up. They just can't afford it. Okay. And so, this is what's happening. This is not a debate. It's orders. He ordered them to do that. And guess who's going to pay? You guys are going to pay.
Exactly.
We're going to pay.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a shame because you guys really have to realize, see, right now, it may not be affecting some of you guys because a lot of these policies have not kicked in. Some of them have. Again, when we spoke about cutting the food program, the SNAP program for the
Mm-hmm.
food stamps for a lot of the elderly and disabled people, we've already started hearing stories already saying that, their benefits was cut, some of them drastically, regardless whether the fact they was elderly
Mm-hmm.
or disabled. It just really doesn't make sense.
Yes, it
So
does.
let's talk about the real people and the real pain, because that's what's really going to be happening within the coming years, guys.
Okay, guys. Thank you, Hennessy, for joining us. Thank you, guys, for your gifts. Keep those gifts coming. Keep tapping that screen. We want you to share this episode with someone who maybe on Obamacare, or maybe is in a position where they may see an increase in their premiums. Okay, we want people to be prepared. So shout out to those of you who are sending the gifts. Those who are sharing your stories, we want you to keep them coming, okay? Thank you again. Thank you for being a part of the J&B family.
Thank you. We really appreciate it, guys.
Yes.
Now let me read y'all a story about a single mom in Texas. She was on Medicaid, which was dropped, and because they said because she missed a form, it was a form that she was supposed to fill out, so they dropped her from her Medicaid. Now her baby is missing doctor's visits. Now, because of that one form. And she's literally catching hell trying to get the Medicaid for her child. It just really doesn't make sense. Shout out to that single mom in Texas. We are
Yes.
praying that things work out for you and that you get the coverage that you need for your child.
Okay, Debbie Shows, thank you for your gift. We appreciate it. We appreciate all of you guys that are joining us. Okay, guys, now the other scenario I'm going to give you is a retired teacher's whose premium double overnight. So this is a possibility. This is real. She's choosing between groceries and her heart medicines. So how do you expect folks to live like that when they don't know which one to choose?
Yeah, especially when you're on a fixed income.
Absolutely.
Especially some of the ones that's on Social Security. Have that fixed income, .b. It's going to be a tough choice. Especially with the food stamp cuts and healthcare cuts. A lot of people are going to have to make hard decisions on whether they want to eat or whether they want to take their medicine. So it's going to be really, really tough for a lot of folks out there. So again, this really isn't about the numbers on the charts, guys. This is about your mom, your neighbor, your cousin, anyone that you may know that possibly could be on Medicaid, Medicare, or healthcare subsidies or programs such as Obamacare.
Okay, guys, what I want you to do is to go ahead. We got a message or comment from Twerk Queen 601 said that I go through that. Okay, so if you've been affected by a jump in your insurance premiums, or you've been told that your insurance is going to go up, I want you to drop a note drop some text in the comment section and let us know if you are going to be affected. Okay, now you can't call it a big beautiful bill when it's killing people, the very people that voted for it. You just can't. That's just not fair.
Exactly.
In a lot of countries, it's already mandated. It's mandated. Everybody gets insurance. Everybody has some type of health insurance. But here in the States, we have to pay for our insurance.
So any of you guys that could be on the live today, are any of you guys on Medicaid, Medicare, or one of the subsidy programs such as Obamacare, where you're getting subsidized health care? If so, drop a thumbs up, a like in the chat, just to let us know if you guys are on something like that. I have several family members actually personally that are on all of those programs, either Medicaid, Medicare, or Obamacare. So, I'm really praying that things work out for them, because it's going to be something serious.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So just be prepared. This is something that's not going to happen right away. They're going to have a course of years. I can't remember if it was 10 years, but this is not going to be right away. It won't be anything that's urgent to some of you. I mean, I can't really
That's
say
to
I'm not
some,
in your
to some,
state. I'm
to
not in,
some.
yeah, based on your
Yeah,
state.
yeah,
But, it's going to be handed down to the states for the states to deal with it. And then you'll have to deal with it. Like I said, it could be an increase in your premium. You could lose benefits altogether.
yeah.
However, I do want you to be prepared. You may know someone who that may be in one of those nursing homes or whatever. Like I said earlier, if they're not getting Medicaid, then they can't pay their employees. So they're not going to keep the doors open. And the same thing with the hospitals, particularly in the rural
Yeah,
areas.
Paul says, I'm on Medicaid and I have health issues.
Wow.
I'm not sure who that is. They said that they're
62
62 and have health insurance
for 90
for 90
days.
days.
Just started
Just started working.
Yeah.
And see, a lot of you guys, see, we're getting into the renewal period for
Yeah.
healthcare.
Mhm.
It's coming up. So a lot of you guys are going to start seeing your premiums go up, or they're going to tell you that, you'll no longer be covered. So
Mhm.
you'll start seeing these within the next month or so. It's going to be something serious, guys. I mean, we will follow back up early next year because we know that this is going to be something absolutely horrendous
Yes, it is.
for a lot of people.
And a lot of people are not paying attention to it right now because there's so much other stuff that's going on in the media. Just like they had an opportunity to vote on those Medicare cuts, and Mike Johnson decided to send everybody home, so it won't be decided. And they're talking about as part of the government shutdown, but part of that is dealing with Medicaid. It really is. A lot of people don't realize what's going on. That's why we're informing you. And so those of you who may lose coverage, like I said, they may do away with Obamacare. And you and I both know there's a certain person that would like to eliminate Obamacare altogether.
Yeah,
I
but
kid you not.
they've
I kid you
already
not.
cut a lot of
Yeah.
the important things out of the Obamacare. That's why it's not as strong
Mhm.
as it was before. And actually, a lot of people have been pulled off of Obamacare because of a lot of those changes. So
Yeah.
they couldn't destroy it completely, but they destroyed key components
Mhm.
that helped make up the Obamacare.
Mhm.
So it's just something serious because again, we know people personally
Yeah.
that are on these programs that are worried and concerned.
Mhm.
And as we state all the time, there's administration right now does not care nothing about the American people. And we keep saying it has nothing to do with white or black. It's a rich or a poor thing. If you guys are not millionaires or billionaires, I promise you, you will feel it.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. Okay. All right. So the last shout out to those that are joining us. We've got Maurice Rice that is joining us. We got Wow. I think I've seen that before. Golden Queen. We thank you guys for joining us. Much love to you. So, guys, what I'm going to say in a nutshell, I'm just going to wrap it up for you guys. Okay. Um, Healthcare is not just about politics. It's about survival for a lot of us because I hate for somebody to go to the emergency room, be in a crisis, and then get to the emergency room and the hospital is closed down. And I live in the central Georgia area. So in this area, there have been hospitals that have closed. But that's sad when you go to the emergency room and the hospital is gone. So, this big, beautiful bill could be one of the ugliest cuts that we've seen in a lifetime. When leaders tell you it's beautiful, ask them what's in it that's beautiful. It's beautiful to them because those cuts are going to his billionaire cronies, okay? So, cause for regular people like us, it looks like pain. It looks like stress and empty hospital beds.
Hmm. And again, guys, my take on all of this is it's like this. Don't get caught up or distracted by all the little fancy slogans that they're telling you. You're going to save so much money. You're going to be able to choose your own private doctors and all this mess that these guys are telling you.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the numbers, okay? Look at the people and look at the harm that's being done, okay? Millions, not thousands, millions are losing and are going to lose health care.
Yes.
And it's not a side effect, guys. It's a whole plan. This is something that is planned. This is not something that just popped out of nowhere. It's all a part of the Project 2025 that the president claimed he had no knowledge or anything about. but he's following the playbook step by step,
Verbatim. Yes.
step by step. And if we don't speak up now, guys, if we don't speak up right now, you understand? Next time, it could be you without coverage. It could be a relative of yours. It could be your grandmother. It could be your aunt, or it could be your brother or sister. It could be someone that you care about that will be telling you that they've lost their health care coverage.
That is correct. Okay, guys. So if you found value in this particular episode, Trumpism, because that's what it is, a form of Trumpism, where millions are going to lose their health insurance. So if you find any type of value in this episode, please share it. Subscribe and drop a comment and share this link with at least 3 friends right now, guys.
Yeah, and as always, guys, we always want you guys to head on over to our YouTube page and search for us. Follow us at Live with J&B, and we're on all platforms, Live with J&B, and also for our audio listeners out there that enjoy listening to the podcast, don't have time to be able to watch us. You can join us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart Music, Amazon Music, YouTube.
Yes,
Look here,
wherever you get
just
your podcast.
run us up. It don't matter which platform that you guys are on. Just search for at Live with J&B or the J&B Live Podcast, and you'll see me and Doc B. And make sure you guys follow, subscribe, and share.
Okay, guys. So I am your girl, Dr. B. I'm your favorite auntie.
And of course, I'm that guy, your boy, your favorite uncle, Broker J3. Okay. And as always, guys,
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Thank you guys for